The Battle of the Three Kings. Welcome back to World History Explored. In today's episode, we're delving into the fascinating story of the Battle of Three Kings, also known as the Battle of Al-Qasr Quiver or the Battle of Ouad Al-Makhazin. This pivotal conflict, fought on August 4, 1578, near the towns of Qasr al-Kibr and Larach in northern Morocco, was a monumental event in both Moroccan and Portuguese history. It not only marked a turning point in the balance of power in the region, but also reshaped the political landscape of Portugal and Morocco for years to come. Let's embark on this historical journey to uncover the causes, events, and lasting legacy of this remarkable battle. Prelude to the battle. The Battle of Three Kings was the culmination of political intrigue, dynastic disputes, and international ambitions. At its heart was a struggle for the Moroccan throne between Sultan Abdallah Mohammed II and his uncle Abd Al-Malik I. After losing his throne to Abd al-Malik, Abu Abdallah sought assistance from Portugal to reclaim power. King Sebastian I of Portugal, a young and idealistic monarch, saw this as an opportunity to not only restore Abu Abdallah, but also to launch a crusade against Islam, revive Portuguese influence in North Africa, and expand his empire. Sebastian's motivations were fueled by his upbringing. Crowned at the tender age of 3 after his father's death, Sebastian was heavily influenced by his Jesuit tutors, who instilled in him a sense of religious zeal. This idealism, combined with pressure from Portuguese merchants and nobles eager to expand trade and territorial control in Morocco, led Sebastian to commit Portugal's resources to a military campaign. In 1574, Sebastian conducted a successful raid in Moroccan territory, boosting his confidence and solidifying his resolve to intervene. Meanwhile, Abd al-Malik, the ruling sultan, had strengthened his position with support from the Ottoman Empire. The Ottomans provided troops, artillery, and advisors, making Morocco a formidable force. This alignment with the Ottomans introduced advanced military tactics and weaponry to Abd al-Malik's army, setting the stage for a decisive confrontation. The campaign begins. Sebastian assembled a massive expeditionary force, drawing not only on Portuguese troops, but also on foreign mercenaries. His army included 2,000 Spanish volunteers, 3,000 Flemish and German soldiers, and 600 Italians, initially recruited for a different campaign. With over 18,000 men and 500 ships, it was one of the largest military expeditions Portugal had ever launched. The Portuguese Armada set sail on June 24, 1578, landing at Asila, a Portuguese stronghold in Morocco. There, Abu Abdallah joined forces with Sebastian, contributing 6,000 Moroccan troops. The combined army marched inland, aiming to confront Abd al-Malik near Qasr al-Kibr. However, the journey through the Moroccan terrain proved challenging. The intense summer heat, lack of supplies, and logistical difficulties began to take a toll on the Portuguese forces. Abd al-Malik, despite being gravely ill, rallied a vast army to meet the invaders. His forces included not only local Moroccan troops, but also Ottoman-trained soldiers, Andalusian exiles, Arabic and Berber tribes, and Turkish advisors. The Moroccan army was well organized, with cavalry, arquebusiers, and artillery deployed strategically. As the two armies approached each other, they camped on opposite sides of the Lacos River, preparing for battle. The battle unfolds. On August 4, 1578, the two armies clashed in what would become one of the most significant battles in Moroccan and Portuguese history. King Sebastian rode among his troops, inspiring them with his presence and zeal. However, his lack of military experience would soon become evident. The Moroccan forces, led by Abd al-Malik, employed superior tactics. The battlefield was carefully chosen to exploit their numerical advantage and strategic positioning. Abd al-Malik's plan was to encircle the Portuguese forces, cutting off their retreat and overwhelming them with a coordinated assault. The battle began with an exchange of artillery and musket fire. The Portuguese center, commanded by Thomas Stuckley, an English mercenary who fought for Portugal, faced heavy bombardment. Stukely himself was killed early in the battle by a cannonball, leaving the Portuguese forces leaderless and demoralized. Meanwhile, the Moroccan cavalry launched a fierce attack on the flanks, encircling the Portuguese army. Despite their courage, the Portuguese soldiers were outmaneuvered. The heat, exhaustion, and relentless Moroccan assaults broke their lines. After nearly 4 hours of intense fighting, the Portuguese army was decimated. Around 8,000 Portuguese soldiers were killed, including much of the country's nobility, and 15,000 were captured and sold into slavery. Only a handful of survivors managed to escape to the coast. King Sebastian, who had charged into the heart of the battle, was surrounded and killed. His body was never conclusively identified, leading to rumors and legends that he had survived. The Moroccan Sultan Abd Al-Malik also died during the battle, succumbing to illness, but his death was concealed until victory was assured. Abu Abdallah, the deposed sultan, drowned in the river while attempting to flee. With the deaths of all three monarchs, the battle became known as the Battle of Three Kings. A quick reminder: if you're enjoying this deep dive into the Battle of Three Kings, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to World History Explored. Your support helps us bring these fascinating stories to a wider audience and continue creating quality historical content. Aftermath and legacy. The Moroccan victory at the Battle of Three Kings was a turning point in the region's history. Abd al-Malik's successor, Ouad Al-Mansur, ascended to the throne and ushered in a golden age for Morocco. Known as Ouad the Golden, he expanded Moroccan influence into sub-Saharan Africa, launching campaigns against the Songhai Empire and capturing key cities like Timbuktu. The wealth and prestige gained during his reign solidified Morocco's position as a regional power. For Portugal, the battle was a catastrophic defeat. The loss of King Sebastian and the death of much of the Portuguese nobility created a power vacuum. The country, already burdened by the financial costs of the expedition, faced a succession crisis. Sebastian's childless uncle, Cardinal Henry, briefly assumed the throne, but his death in 1580 left Portugal without a clear heir. This led to the Iberian Union, with Portugal becoming part of the Spanish crown under Philip II of Spain for the next 60 years. The battle also marked the end of Portugal's ambitions to expand its influence in Morocco. It shifted the focus of Portuguese exploration and conquest to other parts of the world, particularly Brazil and Asia. The psychological impact of the defeat gave rise to the legend of Sebastianism, the belief that King Sebastian would one day return to restore Portugal's glory. This myth persisted for centuries, shaping Portuguese identity and culture. Broader implications. The Battle of Three Kings also had broader implications for European and North African geopolitics. It demonstrated the effectiveness of Ottoman military support and highlighted the strategic importance of Morocco as a buffer against European expansion. The victory reinforced the Saadian dynasty's legitimacy and solidified Morocco's independence from Ottoman control, despite the military aid received. The battle's legacy extended beyond the battlefield. Moroccan art, literature, and oral traditions commemorated the victory, while European accounts often portrayed it as a cautionary tale about overreach and the dangers of crusading zeal. The events surrounding the battle also served as a reminder of the complexities of dynastic politics and the interplay of religion and power in the early modern era. Conclusion. The Battle of Three Kings remains a defining moment in the history of Morocco and Portugal. It was a clash of empires, religions, and dynasties, with profound consequences for both nations. For Morocco, it solidified its sovereignty and established a foundation for future prosperity. For Portugal, it marked the end of an era, forcing the nation to confront the limits of its imperial ambitions. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share World History Explored. Let us know in the comments what topics you'd like us to cover next. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring history.